Hey everybody, Dave Guerra here. Welcome back again. It's time for Lessons in Leadership, the weekly show where I share with you some lessons in leadership that I've learned the hard way and I'm still yet to learn. But together we're going to get better, we're going to learn them, and we're going to move forward and become better leaders, because to be a better leader, you have to lead yourself first, and to lead yourself means self-leadership, and take advantage of that when you can, every opportunity you can. And that's why I'm here to help you. That's right. So today, what is today's topic? 8 habits to be highly productive. Again, 8 habits to be highly productive. Your followers want to know that you're a productive individual, that you can deliver. You're constantly out there making things happen. That's the kind of leader they want to follow, because that's the kind of leader they want to emulate. So let's dive into the 8 habits to be highly productive. Number 1, ruthlessly, and I say ruthlessly, cut away the unimportant. At some point in your life, you're going to have to figure out what's important, what's unimportant, what is urgent, what is not urgent. And when it comes to figuring out what's unimportant, you have to, it's going to be a hard habit to break for some people, but it can be done. Ruthlessly cut it away. Get in there and dig it out. Just get rid of it. Don't let it be part of who you are. And it's going to take some time, but guess what? Once you get it done, you're good to go. Number 2, allocate breaks strategically. Well, number 1, you rest when you're tired, yes. You also have to rest when you're mentally tired. Don't just keep grinding and grinding. Eventually, you lose your proficiency. You lose your attention to detail. It starts to diminish. And folks, when you lose that, your efficiency, your attention to detail, everything else falls behind. So allocate those breaks strategically. Know when to take a break and know for how long, and then get right back into it. Because sometimes people can't wait, but yes, they can understand that you have got to take a break. Number 3, remove any kind of pit stops, anything that's going to distract you. You need to remove that. So get into the habit of identifying those pit stops, those things that are going to slow down your progress, and get into the habit of removing them, identifying. The sooner you identify them, the sooner you can move beyond them, and the sooner you can get better. Number 4, know and keep what inspires you. Know and keep what inspires you. Just like you know what those pit stops are, you know what those distractions are and who they are. Also know who inspires you. Also know what inspires you, and keep it in your life, in your inner circle. Keep it there. And if it means cutting out and putting out someone else or something else, then that's what it means. Because if they're not bringing you inspiration, why are you bothering? Number 5, create roadblocks to prevent disruptions. Limit how people can gain access to you. That's the number 1. Those phone calls, those emails, those Skype messages, those Zoom messages, the Microsoft Teams messages. That's all that's there is now. And they become disruptions. So learn how to create roadblocks to disruptions. Sure, you can set your settings to busy, but that still doesn't stop them. Yes, you can turn off your email, and that's a roadblock to disruption, right? So again, figure out what works with you. Figure out what works for you and limit how people can gain access to you. Turn off that phone if you have to. Let it go to voicemail. It's okay. It's what voicemail is for. If it's important, they'll leave a message. Number 6, optimize all the time you have. Make every minute count. Folks, we only have a finite period of time on this planet, and a big chunk of it is spent at work. A huge chunk of it is spent at work and working. So you have to optimize all the time you have. Your work time, make sure you're making the best of it and getting everything done and everything you can. Your break time, your lunch time, your after hours time, out of work time, your vacation time, your weekend time. Folks, learn how to make time work for you. You only have a certain number of hours a day, 24 of them. You only have a certain number of minutes, an hour times 24, certain number of seconds times minutes. There you go. You see what I'm saying? That is set. Optimize that. Number 7, kind of keeping in line with the optimizing your time, is set and keep timelines, even if it hurts. Even if you're allocating 1 hour to doing nothing but journaling and writing, and you're on a groove, you're on a flow, you're moving, your flow is exceptional. And guess what? It's time to stop. Well, you got to keep it. You got to keep that timeline. Same thing with hanging out with friends or chatting on Zoom with friends, FaceTiming, whatever. You got to definitely set a time. And I set times for my things because, I need a little break after work, but I only give it an hour. And then I'm back at it doing my other stuff, my other hustling, the other grinding, making videos, writing. And again, you can too. And what can be automated Well, automate what you can when you can. Outsource, delegate, automate, whatever. Checkmate. Whatever you need to do, do it. Automate what you can when you can. And there's plenty of free resources out there. There's plenty of paid services out there. And sometimes those free services are huge. And what they offer you, because a lot of my tweets and Twitter stuff, I do automate. But then I also get in there when I can, and I also add my own 2 cents. So again, outsource, delegate, automate, work. Let the systems that are out there work for you. That's what they're there for. And I think that's it. That's number 8. That's right. Those are the 8 habits to be highly productive. Ruthlessly cut away the unimportant. Allocate breaks strategically. Remove any kind of pit stops. That's important. Know and keep what inspires you. That's also important. Create roadblocks to any disruptions, human or man-made or artificial disruptions, little pop-ups, little bells and whistles. Create roadblocks to that. Optimize all the time you have and set your deadlines and automate. Optimize, automate, keep, everything. It's all about time management. And folks, that's really where it's at. So listen, I'm Dave Guerra. This has been Lessons in Leadership, the 8 habits to be highly productive. And until next time, take care of yourselves, listen to each other, and don't forget to lead from the front. Get in those foxholes, dig some foxholes, fill some sandbags. I'll talk to you next week.